Yo, YouTube, what's goody Mac? It's Aeflic. We're live. We are actually recording our first YouTube intro video. I know you're thinking, I'm a little nervous. I'm a little scared. You should be, because we've never edited a video. We've never touched a video. We've never done nothing, nada, to a video before. So we're doing it now. But I'm tired. There's no Planetside 2 content. We gotta make more. We gotta do it for the community, for the boys in blue, red, and purple, unfortunately. But it's our job. So we're gonna do it. First video or not. Little sketch, little scamas, little scuffed, sure. We're gonna get it done. Ooh wee, baby, looking good. Damn. I forget sometimes what I look like, but I love it. I've been rocking this for a long time. I'm talking about the armor, the camo, the MLG decal on the side looking crispy. You youngins are thinking, what the hell's that? Don't worry about it. If you weren't there, you weren't there. I'm going to take you through my build, what we use day in, day out. And I'm a straightforward guy. I'm not changing my sensitivity. I'm not changing my guns for the most part. That being said, we're going to start with our primary weapon, the NC6 Gauss Saw, aka the Greg Saw, aka the Laser Saw, aka the Suppressed Laser Saw. Okay? Let's jump in. This beauty right here, it's a big boy gun, so don't be scared. Don't be scared to use it, okay? If you got little chump arms, maybe it's not for you. Maybe you want to pick up something tiny like the Blitz or the Cyclone. But if you want to frag out, pay attention. Okay, let's jump in on these attachments. Tech Light Reflex 1X, pretty straightforward, pretty standard at this point. Everyone's kind of using that. Some people are going to hit that with 3.4, some people 4X. If you're in here, whatever, but yeah, we'll see ya. That being said, if you're doing any type of super ultra aggressive Shift W sprinting forward gameplay, you're going to be winding up in CQC engagements all the time. You're going to need the 1X to get the job done in CQC. You're not going to do it with a 3.4 or 4X unless you're memeing, okay? What people don't understand about the 1X, you can tap out at mid-range easy. You can tap out at long range easy. You'll trade, once you get things down with recoil, you'll trade with bolts all the time. And by trade, I mean sit them the fuck down and you're still standing. Easy with a 1X. So don't be afraid of the 1X. Suppressor is a combo. You gotta, if you're running suppressor on NC guns, you need to be running HVA, high velocity ammunition. If you don't run an HVA on it or it's not available, to me the suppressor is not worth it. It feels clunky. It makes the gun just not run how you are used to or how you would assume it would run. For whatever reason, the HVA and the suppressor, when they're combined, it makes the gun smooth, clean. It feels and runs, in this case, honestly, better than the standard saw. I never liked the standard saw. That's why I never used it. It just felt big, clunky, and slow. With the suppressor and the HVA, it just feels buttery smooth. And of course, you have the added benefit, the KN1. The KN1. Odeon, Tarek, Full Metal Savage benefit, right? They love running suppressors on their weapons. And it was a meme for a long time. But you do run the benefit of those 2KD plus heavies that are staring at their map, fucking cross-eyed out there. Is there a red dot? Is there a red dot out there? No, motherfucker, I'm not out there. Now, sure, your good players are going to pick up on you sometimes as well, regardless of not maybe appearing on that mini-map. But you do gain this while still maintaining the integrity, the feel, the smoothness of the weapon. And in my opinion, it makes it feel even smoother and less clunky of a weapon in general. You have an option here. I don't think you need the advanced forward grip really on any weapon, because again, if you're able to use a 1x at range, you're going to be able to handle recoil range. Okay, some players will have something and flip back and forth between the two. I'm too lazy for that. I use one thing, whatever's on it is what I use. And typically speaking, 90% of my engagements are CQC or mid-range. I'm going to gain more with the laser sight than I am with a grip. And honestly, my muscle memory is not even with the grip anymore. So I don't need it. And you need the laser sight. You need the laser sight. It's not an advanced laser sight, but honestly, it feels relatively the same as the Anchor's advanced laser sight. You come around a corner, you're going to clear anyone around that. Hands down. No big deal. This laser sight does not need to be advanced. And it feels relatively tight with the hip fire. So it feels nice, and it works into the rest of the build for a super aggressive CQC shift W type of gameplay, which is what I like to run. Last thing we want to touch on is the Gauss Saw, 100 round mag, which is one of the main reasons we switched to it. When you're shift W aggressively, and you're the only one that far forward, you need to be able to cut through 8, 9, 10, 11 players. If you're shooting super, super well, maybe not a lot of hip fire, you're going to be able to cut through, more than 11 players in one mag. That's what makes it such a good weapon. Planetside is large combat, right? You're not fighting 1v1, 1v1, 1v1 all the time. You're fighting 3 players here, 5 players here, 1 player here, 2 players here. And this weapon allows you to cut through them all without having to reload. So this works a lot better as opposed to, let's say, the Anchor. I mean, we grinded out 221,000 kills on this, another 56,000 on the service Anchor. And this is good for, 2-3 kills with hip fire and ADS, sometimes 5 kills. But there's always more behind that. It was never enough. And the Anchor kind of has a long reload. So it wasn't doing the job that I needed it to. And I didn't really know that until I switched to the Gauss Saw. And I realized this laser suppressed Greg Saw works super, super, super well CQC. And it doesn't have to be a passive kind of backline gun. It can be a forward front gun, and it can outperform the Anchor. And it does outperform the Anchor for me. So I've been super pleased with this weapon. Secondary, you either, typically speaking, going to be running an underboss, a commissioner, or a pilot. I didn't like the pilot. I think I had too much muscle memory in regards to the underboss / commissioner. I was underboss for a long time, but I switched back to the commissioner because I wanted to slow down my shooting a little bit, because I was just finding myself just clicking all over the place with the underboss. And the commissioner slowed me down and kind of helped me target a little bit better and kind of flick to the head. And we're not by no means a pistol connoisseur, a pistol main, a pistol big boy, a pistol anything, okay? But we kind of have dialed it in a little bit on the commissioner, because we used to be pretty scum-ass with it, let's be honest, okay? I don't prefer a 1x. Some people do. I found when I used this, I missed a lot of shots. I don't know. I'm an idiot, I guess. So I took it off. I run a laser sight on it. And we pretty much just hip fire. We don't really ever ADS with this weapon. Again, personal preference there. All 3, or really all 4 of these were from back in my Zergfit days. We were just massing Annihilators, or massing the Hawks, or massing a Crow, or massing a Phoenix. Never really fucked with the Storm. I unlocked it, but it's dog weapon. Massimoon was good. Great for maxes and galaxies, and then it got nerfed. Not good anymore. Some people really, at this point, it's between the Strike and the Decimator. Some people like the quicker reload on the Strike. I've already farmed out almost 10k kills on the Decimator, so I'm sticking with it. And I primarily use this for Spitfires, aka clearing them quickly without running through a bunch of ammo. A to G, I hope I get lucky and I dunk on them. I've gotten a lot better actually with clearing out A to G with them like the Decimator, or scaring them off. Same thing with maxes. It's nice to get a shot on them, drop them to close to half health, and either finish them with a saw, or they kind of back off and you can forget about them for like 4 fucking seconds. So again, between the Strike and the Decimator, I prefer the Decimator. It does everything I need it to do. Pretty straightforward. It's just a rocket. And it's good for finishing off Sunderers or tanks or backing them up. Um, let's jump into the ability. Adrenaline Shield. Neither one of these feel useful at all at this point. This one has no purpose. And if there is one out there, let me know in the comments. I don't fucking know what it is. Resist Shield. If it's on and you take a headshot from a bolt, you don't die. Great. If it's on. Otherwise, there's no use for it. So we just go straight back to Adrenaline Shield. Straightforward. You get shield back for killing other players. Straightforward. You kill more players, you get more shield. Everybody wins, everybody's happy. And then again, it encourages the playstyle, the Shift W super aggressive playstyle. Super nice. Going to the suit slot. Really, if you're going to be a Shift W aggressive player, you're going to be choosing between Nano Weave and Advanced Shield Capacitor. If you don't have Symbiote, you're not going to be switching off of Nano Weave more than likely. We'll get to that implant here in a second. I run Advanced Shield Capacitor because, again, Shift W and we're super aggressive. When we lose those shields and we back off, we want those shields to come back as quick as possible. And when they are coming back, we want them to come back as quick as possible. We're going to get that from the Advanced Shield Capacitor. You just get shields back quicker. And when they're recharging up, you get them back, or you get to recharge quicker when they're charging. Yeah, that makes sense. Otherwise, you're going to be using Nano Weave. We're going to skip down here to the implant for Symbiote. Symbiote essentially is Nano Weave with one drawback, and that's if you are alive for longer than 30 seconds without taking small arms damage or killing an enemy player. The implant will gnaw at your health pool, but you can make it out of it. And again, if you're going to be playing super aggressive, if you're going to be Shift Wing, you're always going to be in a fight. You're always going to be taking damage. We use frag grenades. We were using concussion grenades. We don't even have that many kills with the frag grenades. But we switched from concussion to frag grenades when they buffed the explosive radius. But typically speaking, we see a window, we throw it towards the window, it hits the side of the window and it bounces off and it kills us. Or we're about to chuck a grenade into a room of like 30 TR. And we're thinking, okay, massive kill streak here. And then an NC friendly runs in front of me, it bounces off his head and it kills, 2-3 of my friendly players. It happens all the time. It's sad. I don't even know why I use grenades, but we use them. And we're using frag grenades right now, so medkits are pretty much self-explanatory. Again, when you're playing super aggressive, you're typically front line. You're probably the most furthest forward person. You're not going to have a medic close to you. And if you do have a medic close to you, they're either about to die or they're chucking you a res grenade from way, way deep. If you take it, you're dead. So you need your own form of sustain. I don't fuck with restoration kits. I don't fuck with C4. It'd be nice for maxes, but medical kits are more important. Fighting an overpop, fighting maxes, fighting multiple people shooting you at once, explosive rounds, grenades. You need something to survive just to get to your infantry fight. Medical kits will do that for you. I already talked about Symbiote. The second one is going to be a Simulate. Essentially, that just rewards headshotting other players, which you already get rewarded for because it does more damage. It's going to give you a little bit of shields back, and then it's going to give you some of your shield energy back as well. So super important to be running a Simulate. If you're able to shoot in the head. That takes us to the tactical slot. Two options here. Honestly, I forget about these. So very rarely do I use them. I use the flash right now because if you spawn at a base and the fight's 30 seconds, 45 seconds down the road, well, you need to be able to get there quicker than 30 seconds or 45 seconds. The flash allows you to do that. It's just a pocket flash. There's no gun on it, nothing spectacular on it. It's just a form of fast travel, so to speak. The other one is the hard light canopy. This is cool if you're maybe a little more passive, if you want to hold outside of a door on an angle maybe, and you don't want to get A2G'd or someone on the roof. You don't want them shooting straight down at you. We don't use this anymore because I put it down and then I'm already Shift Wing forward and I'm just leaving it behind for a friendly. So it makes more sense for us to use the flash if we're going to use anything. But this is very, very viable and actually will probably save you a lot from A2G and also save you a lot from light assaults and people above you. Last but not least is the Amaratu. This was a meme, and then I saw some good players using it, and I was pleasantly surprised to see that they would Kami a player, kill them, Kami miss some shots, hit them out of ammo, but they're not close enough to quick knife. So they pop this puppy out, and they're able to range them, right? They're just able to fling that knife a little bit out, get the kill. Same thing with resonades. Maybe you're out of primary mag, maybe you're out of secondary mag. You see the resonate go out, there's 3 bodies on the ground. You don't have time to reload. Switch to Amaratu, boom, boom, boom. You might be able to get all 3 kills, as opposed to you getting that with your knife, depending on how they're spaced out. So it's just nice to have a ranged melee weapon, so to speak, as weird as that sounds. That's my build. That's my first video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like, leave a comment below, critique it, send me back to the Nether, send me back to the Stone Age if need be. Otherwise, thank you so much. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.